Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me at Tarot. Hope you're all doing well. Whenever you find this video, it was meant for you. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below or a heart emoji to be entered to win one question, a free question, during one of my live streams. This is going to be a pick a card. I'm going to use multiple decks here, as well as some tarot, and see what messages are meant for you. This is inspired, this pick a card is inspired by a deck that was kind of unexpectedly gifted to me, and I was working with it, and I found that a lot of the messages were really connecting and resonating, and I was getting strong collective energies while doing some readings, so I felt inspired to do a pick a card. Pick the pile that you're most drawn to. However, you can also listen to more than one pile. I feel quite confident that there's going to be a message here for a lot of people in some regards. So this is going to be pile 1, the river rocks, or the polished river stones. This is pile 2, the shells, and this is pile 3, the glass stones. So take a moment. Again, pick a pile you're drawn to, or just listen to the start of all of them as the cards come out, and see if one of the messages are coming for you. So this is for pile 1. So let's start with numerology or something. Cards first, and then I felt the need to look at that one. Funny. Yeah, let's pull tarot after. Okay, so first card out. What do you need to release? Maybe with the current astronomical, different things have been going on. This might be an emotion that a few of us will resonate with. So, pile 1, what do you need to release? So, from this deck, what we have is here, we have life purpose, we have trust, and we have happiness. Quite evocative images. So I'm going to pull the tarot right now. Well, actually, so for those of you who picked pile 1, it seems like either you are thinking about, or it's already started, or you've just gone through this phase of taking stock of things in your life or the people in your life, trying to align that with the goals you have, where you see not just your career or your personal relationships, but how all of it's fitting together, how the point of your life. You might even be asking some of the bigger questions around, the meaning of life. And this is a process that you're meant to undergo. You need to trust this process, and it's going to lead to happiness. So even though we release things sometimes, and oftentimes it's actually quite difficult for many of us, but we have here the universe energy telling us that it's meant for a purpose, it's meant for happiness, and that we need to trust this process. Okay, so let's see if there's any tarot to kind of enlighten us about this. For pile. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, I was going to get 3 in before it came out here. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's see what happens. So, So it's interesting. So for those of you in pile who were drawn to the tumbled stones, I think there's a choice. There's either two life paths in front of you, because the fourth card that also popped out here is a 2. There's either two different life paths in front of you, or potentially two different people, or the thing that you're of your own self, the thing you're leaving behind and the thing you're moving to. Ultimately, however this goes, we end up seeing that it's leading to this prosperity, to this productivity, this abundance, this happiness in all areas of your life, but in a way that you're going to feel the prosperity, you're going to feel the ability to be the ground for so much more fertility. I don't know why I was hesitating to say that word, but we'll say it. Creation. You're going to create your own happiness. Specifically, I'm also getting the message here for those of you where you're thinking about, the choices you're making in career or school and things like that, that there's going to be 3D or material security. You are headed in this direction. Potentially that's something you've thought about more now, but tangible goals you want to reach, you want to achieve it within your life. Some of you might be feeling the presence of time, but again, trust the process. Take action as well. Take action towards your goals. And be confident. Be confident about the decisions that you're making. Trust that the decisions that you are making, if you've had any doubt, because obviously going through the process of what to keep and what to release can itself be excruciating at times, but have confidence in your decision-making abilities. Don't try to do too much. Ask yourself the little questions that allow you to be able to clearly see what the issues are at hand. Don't get overwhelmed. And I'm really drawn to this trust in the middle here. That believe, have faith, have trust that things are going the right direction. For those of you where this may or may not refer to people in your lives actually as well, I see slightly different energies. Could be family, could be career, could be interpersonal relationships, whatever makes sense. Again, maybe you're at a choice. Maybe it's even just in your own heart that you're trying to make this choice. Trust and pick the one, not pick, but move towards the one that seems more in alignment with what is best for your happiness and your prosperity and your growth. Those of you who pick pile 1 might be people who also often give, and you take on that energy of wanting to help others, but sometimes potentially at detriment to yourself due to your loving nature. So make sure to consider your own needs in this process, and perhaps that's some advice in which way to go. I'm going to actually also see if there's any kind of messages in here from this oracle. Let's see. So we have this one. We have embrace. So through each other you find the missing pieces. So in general, I feel like this is about, again, trusting the process, accepting, embracing the hard work of releasing. Like this is all one thing. Sometimes we might think the things we accept, the things we release, we see them as different things, but this is one continuum. Embrace the act of releasing, because they might seem contradictory, but it's all one and the same. I'm just going to cover this one up here. And there's also this energy of kind of self-love and compassion, or love to those around you who have shown themselves to be deserving of your love. That if you feel that there are bits that you don't know about, like there are things that are missing, trust that you're going to find this by really allowing life to flow over you. But do it from a position of strength, from being knowing thine self, so to speak, and not doubting. Growth is coming. You might actually already feel growth is coming. People picking pile 1 might have already felt some of this energy headed towards them. Wow, that's interesting. The bottom of the deck is compassion. Yeah, I think those of you who picked the river stones pile 1, go easy on yourself as well. Perhaps, in case you've been a little hard on yourself, or if you've, been doubting or just wondering what's happening or overthinking, be compassionate to yourself, and treat yourself as the queen that you are, and ensure that you take care of your own happiness as well. But keep your life's purpose in mind. Don't lose focus and direction about the things you want and need to accomplish in this lifetime. This lifetime is a very special gift, and make sure to not lose sight of that because of other people or energies or circumstances that are there. Okay, that's for pile 1. So we'll move on to pile 2. Oh, at the bottom here too, pile 1, we have your hard work is paying off. Yeah. There's effort that's involved in releasing something, so it's going to pay off. These are all signs towards, something moving in the right direction. Okay, so moving on to pile 2. So this is pile 2, the shells. Okay, let's get another. Oh. Cards flying, guys. Pile 2, the cards are flying. Let's see. Okay. So we have... That's interesting. Okay, so we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is full moon in Capricorn. And the one that was at the bottom before that I just looked at for pile 1 was the hard work pays off, which was also Capricorn energy. So maybe a lot of us are in Capricorn energy, working hard, focusing on our goals, trying to move forward, and even if we're not really focusing, feeling like we're not getting all those, like we're not hitting pay dirt, but we're kind of like in that energy, like, we got to get this together, things are starting, life's starting, we need to move. So for those of you who picked pile 2, the end of a rough cycle approaches, I just got this thought that it could be that some of us are moving from the pile 1 energy to the pile 2 energy. Nonetheless, let's see what that might be about. Okay. So let me shuffle a little more. So it seems pile 2. So we have confidence. We have lighten your load. Tough cycle. Lighten your load. Some things, hard work is paying off. Lighten your load. And freedom. Okay. So some things happening, again, in your personal life, in your school, work life, family life. I feel like this could be kind of everything, actually. like where, you know, sometimes, and everything in the sense that sometimes, you know, when everything starts to mix, you know, the time you have in your personal life is related to what's going on in your work life or school life, and that's related to kind of, you know, friendships and just your own mental health and mental well-being. I was feeling confidence a lot in pile one. I feel pile one and pile two are connected. So I think you guys have been working hard. You have, you know, been putting, you know, your best foot forward. You have, you know, had your game face on. You're in it to win it, or you're trying to. And that game face one, even if you don't feel it, you're trying to. You're trying your best to do that. You might have taken on a little bit more than, you know, at times you might have felt like, okay, there's a lot going on here. And you felt the desire to, you know, release some burdens, which again is interesting because there was release in the first pile. And I think here what we have is universe and spirit telling you that, you know, you have taken on quite a bit. You should feel free. Oh, interesting, freedom. You should feel free, and encourages you to lighten your load. And as you do that, you'll start to feel freedom. So some of you might have felt a little bit constricted or restricted by the goals you're going through, the circumstances you're going through, the people you're dealing with. But as you, even though we don't have release in this one, as you lighten your load, as you release, or as you make tough decisions, which I think you're already doing, you're going to see that expansion. Let's get some tarot on this. I think those of you who picked pile two, there's a transitional energy here, of like, let's see, there's a transitional energy of either you're in it or you're about to enter it. Could have passed through. It's like, I feel like going from earth to water energy, because we all have all the signs in our excuse me, in our charts. Okay, so one is, I think, be confident about the decisions you've made. If you've had, again, I'm feeling similar to pile one, if you've wondered or you felt a little bit, you know, like you've gone back to the drawing board a couple of times and been like, did I do that, or did not do that, and you've gotten a little bit, not stagnant, but a little caught up in the decision making, be confident. This may have to do with things that also involved your heart space, meaning your emotions. Even if it was related to work or school, it might have just involved your your passionate side. And if it was related to people, relationships, friendships, there was some kind of review and assessment. You know, maybe a little also about how much you've invested, whether you were getting the right amount of investment back. There could have been a lot of different feelings. And you might have felt like you were slowing down. But the point is, to have confidence in the decisions you're making. You're always, you're never alone in your decision making. Everything is done for your highest good. So if you're having trouble making a decision, go ahead and do it. And that will involve letting some things go, letting some dreams go, or letting some paths and pathways go. This is going to lead, as you lighten your load, you're going to be able to release, you're going to be able to enjoy yourself, you're going to rediscover or find some kind of joy or happiness again in your work, well, like in terms of your efforts, as you lighten your load in terms of your efforts, but also with people, with relationships that mean something to you, whether it's like a close friendship, but with someone close. It could be a family member, it could be a partner, it could be a friendship, but it's going to become clearer to you as the time goes on. Some cycle is coming to an end, and you're going to see, You're going to feel connected again. Effort. We have effort here. Efforts are paying off. Whether that was physical effort, mental effort, just, a lot of personal work. That's interesting. Freedom, we have the Page of Wands. I think if you're able to go somewhere, travel, I don't know, I'm just hearing this so strong, you should. Obviously, it'll depend. But even if it's just like something different from your ordinary routine, when you suddenly say no to something or you get something off of your plate, you're going to find, you have, it could be something as simple as an extra day on your hand, or, something bigger than that in terms of plans for next year. Imagine, dream, think about the things you've kind of put on the back burner, and imagine and dream about them, envision them, and that's going to also help you to get through this difficult cycle. If this is about a person, it's kind of a little bit also, as you let things go, they will come back to you. As corny as that might be, but that, if it was meant for you, it's going to return to you. Don't try to hold on to things or people that are having a hard time sticking around for you. I suddenly got that. I don't know why. But don't make sure to keep dreaming big. Keep having your visions wide. Perhaps some of the stuff that you've been going through has also kind of, made you feel like you need to be more practical. Capricorn's a very practical side. Sorry, I just got excited. It has dreams at the bottom of this deck. So, yeah, because I was feeling dreams quite a bit for some reason. Dream big. Even though you've had to go through some difficult and challenging circumstances and situations and relationships, this is a part of the plan. This is part of the lessons in front of you. Some of you might have had, I feel potentially, even though I don't see it here, maybe back with this card here, there might be the feeling of unanswered questions potentially, but things will become clear in time. Have confidence that the actions you take will also give you the answers you need mentally. Keep going. Just keep going. There's a strong energy of keep going. You're so close. Actually, you're already there, and you might not even know it. Let's see if there's something here for us. Pile T, you keep having cards fall. What's this about? Okay. Oh, okay. There might be some sudden change coming. Let's see. So what did we get? You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. It's interesting because this card was there too. Something is coming. It might be slightly unexpected because you've gotten so used to kind of like pushing through, trotting along, feeling like, everything always requires so much effort, and confusion, or it's just, things aren't easy all the time. And again, the answers, that's interesting because we saw that with the answers. The answers are coming in terms of, you might not always understand, but there is a higher purpose. This is the thing. Someone is right there beside you. A blessing will soon be revealed. So something might be coming to you guys. And also on the floor was this, you have the Tower. So something's going to be revealed probably sooner than later. If not right away, maybe by the fall. I know I'm feeling the fall. Something, so if not right, if this isn't happening right now, something what might be revealed by the fall. So yeah, so that's what we have for you, pile 2. Something's coming. I wasn't feeling that at first, but now I'm starting to feel that something's coming. Well, obviously, whenever something ends, something starts again. You might almost even think that you're in a period of just where you're going to get to coast a little bit and take a little bit of rest because you're looking forward to a little bit of a break. And there will be a break, but that break's going to lead to something bigger. Okay. So that was for you, pile 2. So we'll move on to pile 3. So for those of you who picked pile 3, the glass stones. Okay, let's see what you got. So this is for pile 3, the glass stones. Okay, so we have hold your vision, fixed moon. It's a nice complement to the first pile where we had what do you need to release. Okay, so let's see. So what do we have for pile 3, please, regarding hold your vision? Wow. So interesting. Okay, so we have new beginnings, and we have well-being, and we have closure. That's what I find interesting, is how new beginnings and closure are on either side of well-being, and we have hold your vision. So this is almost like this thing where, like, kind of like in a relay race, I just saw, like, you know, and the baton is being moved, like, to the other runner in track. Like, something's both starting, ending, and, like, holding steady at the same time. Like, it's all happening at one point. I should stop using my fingers so much, or my hands so much. For some of you, we have career and family at the bottom of the deck. So it could have to do with something specific. For some of you, it might have to do with your career or school or job. And with some of you, it might have to do with relationships around your family. Those of you who pick pile 3, think about a dream or a vision you've had that either you're working on right now or you've held for some time. It could be something that you've forgotten about but was always close to your heart, or it could be something very active in your energy. Whatever it may be, it's one that you feel connected to. Whatever that vision is, that dream is, come back to it, hold on to it, don't let it go. This is kind of now related to pile 2 and the dreams. That's interesting. I feel there's a flow between pile 1, 2, and 3. Something is both starting and stopping at the same time. Again, kind of related to this release and accept energy. It's almost like this is like a synergistic outcome of the first 2 piles. For you, for those of you who are watching these cards, the glass stones, you might see what's coming towards you before you have to even close out the other cycle. Because sometimes we close things out and then wait for the new energy to come in. But I feel like this is all kind of happening simultaneously, but in different strands. So it could be a new beginning at career with a closure in a personal relationship while looking after your health, but it's all coming together in your vision. You're going to start to see it intertwine. Let's get some tarot on this. Yeah, okay, so it looks like there is some kind of, oh wow. Okay, so those of you who picked the third pile, firstly, do make sure to take care of yourself. Things might have been hard. If this has to do, if you feel like this has to do with a person or a connection or a relationship in your life or whatever, family, friendship, I see some pain in that. I feel, you might be feeling a little bit done. You might have spent some time questioning why someone did something to you. Again, in any situation, your personal relationship, work, whatever. Not understanding, because this isn't what you expected of that person. You thought more would come of this person or this situation. And you're just kind of like, it's not that you're accepting it, you're just realizing, that this is the reality of the situation. At the same time, you're realizing that you need to look after yourself, because maybe you've lost some of your own ability, not ability, but in focusing on other things, some focus was shifted away from your own health and mental health and well-being and self-compassion. It does look like there has been some games or just, I want to say stupid, some stupid moves in your life, whether again in your workplace or with your colleagues or friends, personal relationships. There was some kind of self-defeating behavior and people weren't supporting each other. There was a feeling potentially of, certain things being said that shouldn't have been said, and at the same time things not being said. You probably felt that, you were really trying and doing your best, and you got caught up into something that you didn't want to get caught up into, going in circles. But there's some way out of this. There's a new beginning out of this by whatever you believe to be the right way out, the outcome that you want. There's an end to this kind of not well thought out moves. That's what I'm seeing. And closure. In holding your vision, in accepting your vision, and continuing to believe in that which you've always believed in, you are seeing that the things that you are walking away from is also walking towards something. You're walking into a doorway. The path is enlightened to you. It might take some time. It might require you to take care of yourself for a while, put your own priorities first, because maybe people around you are not considering your priorities. Again, whether it's family or relationships or friendships or work or whatnot. I'm feeling, this could apply to a lot of different things. Yes, you're gonna have to look out for yourself, but in looking out for yourself, you're gonna be really well prepared for being able to meet the needs of others around you. Especially if you're in a relationship or you want to move towards one, the actions you're taking now, the belief you have now, stick to it. It's leading. It's going in the right direction, but be able to don't try to rush it. Try to have patience, even though you feel like maybe you've accepted something. You're trying so hard to let something go. You're trying to allow the new beginning in. Like you might feel like you're balancing a little bit at the same time, but it's coming. We have here with Spirit and the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. There's some bigger picture here. Don't feel stuck. Don't if things aren't actually happening the way you want them to, and if people are blocking you and being just ridiculous around you, don't let yourself fall into any kind of victim mentality. Try to really use whatever senses you have to get yourself, like, to keep your vision, to keep a sense of peace in yourself. Don't let the fires, that other people are starting distract you. The thing that you might be closing out, or that you might not even feel like you're closing it out. You might know that it was time to, like, again, like that relay analogy, like it's part of the process. It's really part of the process. What do we have here? So we have power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Like, wow, right? Like, withhold your vision in that. You have the power. So this new beginning, closure, like, you're like, I mean, we don't see necessarily exactly that energy in the tarot right now, but you're like manifesting this. You are in the driver's seat. There might be an issue of time, like you can walk away at any time. Time is a factor here. You might also be putting up with stuff because you care about the people involved, you care about the situation, you care about your dreams. You might be putting up with stuff that you don't want to put up with. And just because you are, relenting to someone else or allowing them to make their moves, it's not because you don't have power. It's not because you're not the one in control. It's because you're trying to make everything come together and work in a way that holds your vision for yourself and for you and your relationships and your situation. Listen to your instincts. I saw the High Priestess before when I was at the bottom of the deck. Listen to your instincts. Make sure, again, a little bit like pile 1, do what's right for you. Be okay to say no. And it'll take some time, but it's going the right direction. Yeah, sometimes that's a thing. Sometimes saying no is what leads us to our beginnings and leads us to our desires and goals. It's not always about saying yes. It's just about being discerning. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. Wow, interesting. Yeah. And if you feel like now is the time to make a move, you should do it as well. Because I'm feeling like all the 3 piles are connected, and I had that energy came out in the previous pile for pile 2 about something being revealed, and here I think it's about taking, because we also have the Fool here at the bottom of the deck, taking that step or that leap if you feel like you need to. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Again, leave a comment or a heart emoji in the comments to be entered to win a one free question in the live streams. I feel like there's a message here somewhere for a few people. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.